Have you ever found yourself waking up at 3 a.m., wide awake while the world sleeps, wondering why you cannot drift back to rest? You are not alone. This moment, this stillness, might be more than coincidence. It might be a whisper from God. In Scripture, this early hour holds a quiet significance. In Matthew 14:25, it says, "During the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake." This was between 3 and 6 a.m. The disciples were alone, afraid, and unsure. And in the middle of that uncertainty, Jesus appeared. Waking up at this time can feel unsettling or even frustrating. But what if it is an invitation, a gentle nudge to turn your attention inward and upward? Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Maybe this is your moment to pause, to listen without distraction, to breathe in the silence, and feel God's presence closer than ever. When the world is quiet, your heart can speak. You might feel prompted to pray, not just for yourself, but for someone else. You may not know who or why, but trust that God does. Sometimes, you are stirred awake because your spirit is needed. James 5:16 reminds us, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." The prayers you lift up in the silence of 3 a.m. are not overlooked. Heaven leans in when the world sleeps. If you find yourself restless in the dark, consider keeping a journal beside your bed. Write what comes to you, thoughts, dreams, verses that echo in your heart. These early morning impressions may hold the clarity you have been searching for. There is a reason why many find inspiration in these hours. The veil between your soul and God's voice feels thinner. There is no rush, no noise, just space to be with Him. Isaiah 50:4 says, "He awakens me morning by morning, awakens my ear to listen like one being instructed." Could it be that this is your morning, that you have been awakened for instruction, for revelation? Let yourself lean into the stillness. You do not need the answers right away. You do not even need to understand why. Just allow the quiet to become sacred. Let the stillness feel safe. Let the silence feel full. It is in these moments that God may speak, not through thunder, not through fire, but through a still, small voice, just as He did with Elijah. 1 Kings 19:12 says, "And after the fire came a gentle whisper." That whisper may be for you. He might be calling you to release something you have been holding on to, a worry, a burden, a fear, or He might be giving you vision for something new, a decision, a direction, a promise. You may feel led to pray for a loved one, for healing, for restoration, for peace in your home. That is not random. That is divine prompting. When the world is asleep, heaven is awake. You might even remember a dream, vivid, strange, or profound. Write it down. Dreams often carry messages, direction, even warnings. God has spoken to many through dreams. Joseph, Daniel, and others. Why not you? And maybe, just maybe, He is calling you to intimacy, not performance, not doing, just being, resting in His presence, letting your heart be known. In those early morning hours, you may find comfort not in answers but in closeness, not in solutions but in surrender. Psalm 63:6 says, "On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night." What if your wakefulness is simply a call to remember Him? You do not need a perfect prayer, just honesty. Whisper His name. Share your thoughts. Ask your questions. He is not far. He is already near. And when you feel peace settle in, let that be your answer. Let it remind you that you are not alone, that there is purpose in the pause, that sometimes the holiest conversations happen while the world is quiet. These 3 a.m. moments can change your day, your week, your heart. They can become a sacred rhythm, a time when you learn to walk closer with God, not in grand gestures, but in quiet faithfulness. If this has ever happened to you, if you have ever sat in the stillness and wondered, know that you are not crazy and you are not forgotten. You may have been chosen, called, invited. So next time you wake at 3 a.m., do not rush to distract yourself. Do not reach for your phone. Just be still. Pray. Listen. Reflect. Let the quiet teach you. Let God meet you there. And rest, knowing that even in the silence, He is speaking.